one of my least favourite people, Nick Kyrgios, has booked his spot in the quarterfinals of Wimbledon after making a Lazarus-like recovery from the crippling shoulder injury, which he was using to blame every point he lost earlier in the game. But after the drama of his clash with Stefanos, I can't even pronounce his surname, Tsitsipas, which saw Kyrgios slap with another fine, the 27-year-old largely kept his behaviour in check on centre court. But has the sport had enough of nasty Nick? Well, the Piers Pat joins me now, Talk TV presenter and leader of Reform UK, Richard Tice, political journalist Ava Santina. Welcome to both of you. So let's take a little look at the highlights of Kyrgios. He was a bit quiet today, but on Saturday he gave us the full range of Kyrgios the brat.
It's constant bullying.
It's a big ball, bro! Why don't you get it 5-all, bro?
I'm not sure how I bullied him. He was the one hitting balls at me.
I don't like bullies.
So you can hit a ball into the ground, hit someone and not get defaulted.
I don't like people that put other people down.
Are you dumb?
Apart from me just going back and forth to the umpire a fair bit,
Just get a new umpire.
I did nothing towards Stefanos today that was disrespectful.
Yeah, you know what, bro? You're my douche of the day. Every day, funnily enough. No one even comes close to him. This is what Pat Cash had to say. Former Wimbledon great, obviously. This is what he said about Kyrgios.
It was absolute mayhem. He's brought tennis to the lowest level I can see as far as gamesmanship, cheating, manipulation, abuse, aggressive behaviour to umpires, to linesmen. He was lucky to even get through the first set. He should have been defaulted in the first set. And it's got something's got to be done about it. It was an absolute circus.
Well, I completely agree. Ava?
I'm glad to hear you speaking like this. I think it's disgraceful. It's not even about tennis. I think just as a man, I'd be humiliated if I saw anyone I knew in my life acting like that. It's utterly disgraceful. And you know what? The thing that really bothers me about it is that Serena Williams in 2018 at the US Open, she was called hysterical because she got upset when she lost her match. You know, she broke her tennis racket. Fine. She was angry, but why aren't we calling him hysterical? Why aren't we calling him the baby that he is?
I think that's a really good point, Richard. Serena Williams did get buried when she behaved that way. Any woman, actually, that behaves like this. And I remember Arthur Ashe, who was one of the first great black tennis stars in America. I remember him saying that if he'd behaved like John McEnroe, he would have been drummed out of tennis, which I thought was also, at the time, a perfectly reasonable point to make.
Completely. I think it's a fantastic point you made. But the reality is, what's he trying to achieve? I mean, is he trying to outdo McEnroe? Does it help him, sort of get to greater heights?
I think it does. I think it fires him up, yeah. I think it's a tool in his armoury.
Yeah, but actually he's not been that successful,
No.
recently. So it's sort of maybe he's trying a new tactic. Look, it's not tennis, it's not Wimbledon, but in a sense, there's a chunk of the crowd that loves a villain.
Yes.
Loves a rogue.
No, he had a
and
packed
that's
centre
part
court.
of it.
Djokovic didn't have anything like the turnout that he did.
So there you are. That sort of proves it. In a way, his customers, the crowd, they love the villain. And they love the unpredictability.
I've got to be fair in the sense that I remember McEnroe, and it was exciting to watch, but he was utterly obnoxious. The difference with McEnroe, he's become this very charming commentator, and we all love him. And we've kind of forgotten with the mists of time
he was
what
awful.
he was actually like. He was terrible too.
He was awful. He was appalling. Maybe there's hope in 20 or 30 years Kyrgios will actually be mellowed and be a sort of an ambassador for the sport.
So.
No?
I think he's just got this valve in him. And I'm going on Friday. I'm just hoping that on Friday he gets knocked out in front of me. And the last sight he has is of me waving goodbye. That would be my dream.
Well, I don't know. He's admitted to having a drinking problem before, hasn't he?
Actually, today he gave an interesting interview post-match in which he said that when he played on centre court before, I think against Djokovic, something like that, he said that his coach came and got him from a pub in Wimbledon. I think probably the Dog and Fox is his usual lair. And I was on the Wimbledon News, so I know all the pubs there like the back of my hand. That he got dragged out at 4 a.m. to play on centre court the next day. And that was a second-round match on centre court. So he's been a player.
He's been a player. I think he's playing the gallery.
Yeah.
He's enjoying his sort of moment in the sun.
Does he? Let's be honest with each other, all of us. Does he make it more exciting and interesting to watch, even if we can't stand his behaviour?
I think it probably does, and I think that's why he fills the crowd.
But is that
ultimately the
irresponsible,
customers
though?
have spoken. They've filled the centre court.
I know.
Unlike some of the
and
other
they
players.
were cheering him, and I made a point of watching him today just to see if he was going to kick off. And I hate myself for it. It's like eating a McDonald's and the self-loathing that comes after.
You've fallen for it yourself.
But in the moment, it tastes really good,